Afraid, emotions getting in your way. Afraid, but why you let me fall in love if you're afraid to commit? And don't call me in the middle of the night and say that you're not able to be loved. That's not right. No, I don't wanna be that one. Still a million miles from you, so I'm gonna let you go. Oh boy, if you only knew. Not a day goes by without you on my mind. You couldn't go on together. You said nothing lasts forever, though you can't deny. Hold it all inside. No, you can trust me. Just close your eyes, knowing that I'm around. I'll be around. Yeah. You're not scared of love, just scared of love. Alright, alright, enough. Just tell me if you want my love or not, or not. 'Cause I don't wanna be that one. Still a million miles from you, yeah. So I'm gonna let you go. Oh boy, if you only knew. Not a day goes by without you on my mind. You couldn't go on together. You said nothing lasts forever, though you can't deny. Hold it all inside. No, you can trust me. Just close your eyes, knowing that I'm around. I don't wanna be that one. No, still a million miles from you. So I'm gonna let you go. You go. Oh boy, if you only knew. Not a day goes by without you on my mind. You couldn't go on together. You said nothing lasts forever, though you can't deny. Hold it all inside. No, you can trust me. Just close your eyes, knowing that I'm
Tell him I need my money right now. Brought me the juice, they stole out my crown. Yeah. Sorry to tell you, I know my value. I'm gonna recoup, yeah. But don't waste my energy, my energy. I don't got much, don't be wasting all my energy. I keep it tight, don't let nobody get close to me. My heart is right, don't question my integrity. No, I thought we would be just fine, and I thought your heart was like mine. But let me find out, you've been going around throwing shots, running plots. Come on, man, tryna block my blessings, but no need for comparisons. What's from me won't be from me. Yeah, I'ma go through just to grow through. But pay me what you owe me for, I make what you've been saying about me true, true. Tell him I need my money right now. Brought me the juice, they stole out my crown. Yeah. Sorry to tell you, I know my value. I'm gonna recoup, yeah. Don't waste my loyalty, my loyalty. I let you in back then because I couldn't see. But now it's clear you ain't ever been true to me. My intuition ain't ever lied, I had to leave. Handle your bitch, patience. Do what you think you need to do to get your revenge. But you won't break me, God, as my witness. Past the point of no return, I'm on a mission. Tryna block my blessings, but no need for comparisons. What's from me won't be from me. Yeah, I'ma go through just to grow through. But pay me what you owe me for, I make what you've been saying about me true. True. Tell him I need my money right now. Promise that you stay stole out my crown. Yeah. Sorry to tell you, I know my value. I'm gonna recoup, yeah. Don't waste my.
She's putting all of her cards down on the table, knowing there's no way that you'll be able to win this one. But she's somebody else in the making. First, she just gotta stop all the faking, and she'll be there. But she's wondering if it's gonna feel like she's forever. Wondering if it's gonna feel like this whenever she leaves her safe space. She leaves her safe space. Wondering if it is forever, or is there some place that will make her feel better? Make her feel better. Then that's where she'll go. That's where she'll go. Somebody said, don't be afraid of loving yourself, 'cause that is all you got in the end. You got in the end. But she's wondering if it's gonna feel like she's forever. Wondering if it's gonna feel like this whenever she leaves her safe space. She leaves her safe space. Wondering if it is forever, or is there some place that will make her feel better? Make her feel better. Then that's where she'll go. That's where she'll go. Talking to myself 'cause I don't know what I want. Yeah, I'm here talking to myself like someone's gonna respond. I'm getting tired of myself 'cause I don't know what I want. But I'm not out here on my own. Wondering if it is forever, or is there some place that'll make her feel better? Make her feel better. And that's where she'll go. 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 Talking to myself 'cause I don't know what I want. Yeah, I'm here talking to myself like someone's gonna respond. I'm getting tired of myself 'cause I don't know what I want. But I'm not out here on my own.
Yeah. I want a house in the hills I pay big bills for. I ain't got in pocket. I wanna empty out my wallet. I wanna stop motion, stand still. Wallace and Gromit. I wanna talk more endlessly. I wanna neurotically vomit. I want more dollars from my mama. I want a palace in Prada. I want a Gucci bag where I can store my sorrows and hardships. I wanna gold plate my finance. I want endless tomorrows. I want a lot more than I got right now. But that's the problem. You could give me every little thing I'd ever want, but I'd never have enough till the day I had it all. Yeah, you can give me every little thing I ever want, but I'd never have enough till the day I had it all.
Oh, I see what you want, baby, but it might be just a little more than I can give you.
Second thought, I want $1 for everyone, not just for my mama. I want to hit the ball out on random pedestrians. I want my questions to be answered till my brain bored and questionless. I want more self-assurance. I don't ever want to second guess. I want someone to shut the fuck up. Lest he trying to tell me yes again. I want so many best friends that I can't tell what friendship is. I want the diamonds, gold, and glitter. I want fast cars I'll never whip. I want it all till I'm empty in my castle of everything.
Oh, I see what you want, baby, but it might be just a little more than I can give you.
I want a cushy job that pay big bills and cheap thrills. Wanna mob out with my homies like Timmy, Tommy, and Dill. I'm not trying to be famous, okay, maybe a lil. Since I'm a rapper, I should buy me some grills and gold frills that I can sleep on while I contemplate pills and peep on, hold still. Might sedate you, just a fire at will. I got an appetite for hardship, big fish meets krill. Don't sleep, don't spill, I ain't got my fill. I want the beauty queen to make me show my pearly whites. The type of movie scene that make you count your blessings twice. It's not the only thing that's on my list, I checked it twice and sent it off to Santa's elves like I've been playing nice.
I see what you want. Oh, I see what you want. Oh, I see what you want.
You broke my heart 1,000,000 times. Can't count the times I made you cry. Oh, it's such a mess now, and we're burning out. I get so sad at the thought of losing you. I'm losing you. I can't bear the thought of losing you. I'm losing you.
Let's get ready to go.
You're perfect as the day goes by.
What up,
Even
Steve?
the worst ones hate, they make me smile. I stop the world if it would
Drea,
give us time.
good morning.
Yeah, to
Let's do a
work
little bit of
things
reading,
out,
y'all.
to work things out,
We playing catch up, man.
to work things out, to work things out, yeah. To work things out, to work things out.
We're gonna jump right into it. Knock
To
this
work
out.
things out, to work things out. Can we be honest?
Can we be
You're
honest?
my comfort zone.
You're my comfort zone.
Whatever I say, don't let me go.
Don't let me go, baby.
I know you're angry,
I know you're angry, baby.
and I am cold.
And I am cold. Salute.
I get so sad at the thought of losing you. I'm losing you. I can't bear the thought of losing you. I'm losing you. You're still perfect.
Fellas, hold on to your
The
nuts.
day goes by, even the worst
I hope the audio
ones
sounds
hate,
good, y'all.
they make me smile. I stop the world
I'm waiting on some more
if it
equipment to
would
come in.
give us time.
I had to order a new lens last night. It'll be here tomorrow.
To work things out.
I ordered another mic. I think I'm taking it back. I'm gonna use the mic that you can hear me in now.
To work things out.
I was using a dynamic mic. I want a condenser mic. Condenser mic's solid. What up, Alvin? Hey, Kimberly.
To work things out. To work things out.
Good morning,
To
y'all.
work things out. To work things out. To work things out. To work things out.
I haven't shot a podcast here in almost a year.
To
I'm at my studio, y'all, downtown. You're gonna see something a little different today.
To work things out, to work things out.
And we are back. What's up, you guys? It's good to see you guys. Welcome to another episode, another chapter of Rich People Read, where we read a book a month to instruct you in the ways of the successful through the power of reading. It's good to be here. I know we were supposed to read yesterday, but I was busy. I couldn't do it. I tried to do it. I know you guys saw the times getting pushed. Kept pushing the times back and back and back and back. It got late. I almost got locked into my studio. My car was over in the parking structure. I ended up working so late. They put gates on the parking structure because it's an outdoor parking structure downtown here. And I hadn't been here in so long. You know, you pay rent on a building that I don't use. You guys are normally catching me do all of my shows at home. Remember I told you I got 3 podcast studios. And so I figured, you know what? Let me start going back downtown. I was getting ready to get rid of this place, and then I talked to my assistant, and she convinced me. She was like, no, you should keep your studio. You know, I got all my stuff back there. I was going to not get rid of it. Well, I was going to relocate to a different location. But I decided to stay. She convinced me to stay. So I came down, went on Amazon, bought a bunch of stuff, got a new configuration. And so I'll be doing some of my shows, half of my shows I'll be doing here at the studio. The other half I'll be doing at my studio at home. Rich People Read will be done here at the studio from now on. And I'm happy to be here. Hopefully everything, I got some more stuff coming in. Like I got to use this temporary boom mic. I got a new boom mic coming in. My keyboards and stuff is coming. I got some equipment coming. It'll all be here tomorrow. And so Thursday, obviously not tomorrow, so I got to set it up. So Thursday will be good to go. I appreciate you guys being here, man. We are reading a book called Hold On to Your Nuts, a relationship manual for men. What is this show? A lot of people are wondering, probably, maybe not, I don't know. This is a live book club. This is a live book club. What Drea said, she said, we see the setup. Yeah, this is different. You're probably not used to this, Drea. This is where I started, and then I ended up at the house, and then I'm back over here now. And so, anyways, like I was saying, this is a live book club right here on YouTube where live we read a book. You know, the sweet thing about audiobooks is that even though you listen to somebody else read the book, you still get the benefits of learning. What up, RCC? What up, RCC? Hoo-ah! Hopefully my sounds is working. I think everything is working good. Let me see. Hoo-ah! Yeah, that looks like that's working. My man RCC is in the house. RCC, you probably not used to this setup either. This is my studio, man. I got like sections of my studio. I got my front foyer, kind of like the reception area. Then I have the conference room, which is where this is. And then I have my entire stock room in the back. And so this was set up actually because we was doing another podcast for my other brand 2 years ago. And the host that I had for that, because we would bring people in and sit down. This is a 4 camera, lights, 4 microphone. I got other mics and shit. You know, this swings out. Uh-oh. Let me set that down. I got other mics. Oh. Don't unplug shit. I don't want shit getting unplugged. Test 1. Okay, good. This is a 4 camera, 4 mic, lights, full on TV, monitor, the whole setup. And we did maybe 7 episodes of that show, and I stopped because the host was unreliable, inconsistent. No, that's a better word. The host was inconsistent. She was reliable, but she was inconsistent. And I operate on consistency. I operate on a schedule. So we put that on hold, and we're gonna bring that back later under a different setup. And so I configured this over to do some of the shows that I'm doing already. And so that's why we didn't get a chance to do the show yesterday. Man, my head is hot. Look at that bald head shining. Anyways, we work it out. The camera should be on auto, so it's to set everything. Anyways, we're gonna give this a shot. I'm gonna do the playback later and see how it looks on the video, and I'll make adjustments as necessary. You guys, we are reading a book called it's called Hold On to Your Nuts. I want everybody to get a copy. Can you see that? I want everybody to get a copy of this book, a physical copy of this book. And so, wait, what did Kim say? Hey, LaRonda, do you like working in this space better? I like all my spaces. I got multiple homes. I like everything. I like it all. It's just where I feel like being at the time. Yeah, I like it here. I like it at the other. I got 3 spaces. I like all 3 of those. I like everything that I got. It's more about convenience. It's more about convenience for me, Kim. Anyways, so listen, Hold On to Your Nuts. It's a relationship manual for men. That's what we're reading. I'm getting used to reading here at the studio. We're reading number 5 today, Be the Rock. I want you guys to tap in. I'm going to read this to you. It's a short chapter, and then we're going to be done for the day. It's just that simple. I appreciate you guys being here. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for supporting the channel. Thank you so much for your subscriptions. Thank you so much for the members of the channel, the SR Army, right? Hoo-ah! Thank you for those that's just watching. Your views matter. Thank you for the likes on the videos. I appreciate that. Thank you so much. And of course, thank you for the super chats. All right. So I'm ready to read. I don't really have a long monologue. I got to get used to this. And I got other things that's running through my mind right now that I got to take care of that's not set up. But I'll get into the groove. I appreciate you guys hanging with your boy. And I appreciate you reading with me on a Tuesday where we normally read on a Monday. And we're going to start reading on Monday, Wednesday, Friday at 10 o'clock every day. It's going to be a 10 o'clock read every day. So we're not going to do 10 o'clock on Monday and then 9 on Wednesday and 9 on Friday. We're going to do 10, 10, 10. All right. Pacific Standard Time for Rich People Read. So I'm glad you guys are here. Let's get ready to go. And without further ado, let's go ahead and get started. So we switch over to the read screen. I wonder why the audio brightens up like that. All right. So that worked. You see, now I got the camera zoomed in. It's all on automatic. I push one button and everything, it zooms me in. It's the same angle. This allows me to shoot this show without having to set up multiple cameras. I can, but I'd rather not. I'd rather just have one camera, make it easy, turnkey, flip 2 switches, plug up the laptop in one cable and fire up and everything's ready to go. So I appreciate you guys being here. Today we are reading Be the Rock. If you guys haven't been reading along with us, please catch up. Please grab a copy of the book. I need you to get a physical copy of the book. Go ahead and grab it. The link is in the description of this video. It'll take you straight to the same version that we have. It's important that you get the same version that we're reading. And then we've already read 1 through 4. Number 1 being Silence the Little Boy. Number 2 being Express but Don't Defend Your Feelings. Number 3, Cooperate Without Compromising Your Nuts. And number 4, Run the Sex and Romance Departments. Remember, nuts are non-negotiable, unalterable terms. All men should have them. All men should have non-negotiable, unalterable terms. That's what your nuts are. You got to hold on to your nuts, fellas. Let's go ahead and get ready to read. Until my keyboard comes in, I got to use my Apple Pencil. So we'll just go that route. All right. Tool number 5. Hopefully I'm loud enough without me looking over at the mic because the new boom arm ain't here. So, thank you for your patience, guys. Be the Rock. One of the most important things your woman needs from you, fellas, is to know that no matter how she feels, no matter how angry or scared, sad, uncomfortable, or frustrated your woman is, no matter how she acts or what words come out of her mouth, you will still be there when she's done. Ooh, sidebar. That's a tough one for your boy. I've had some up and down. I'm not fucking with you no more. Okay, I miss you. Come back. Relationships, because women have said some egregious things out of their mouths, and I just can't deal with that. One thing I can't deal with is disrespect. So I know what he's saying. I guess this was probably more, this is better for if you use, if you're married in a relationship and dating. It's tough for me to do that because if you disrespect me, I can't swallow that. I'm allergic to disrespect. But I hear what he's saying. I know, and I'm at 49 years old, I'm still understanding women. You know, for any man to be out there and say they fully understand women, that's cap. You know, that's just he's not telling the truth.
Stop the cap.
He's not telling the truth. I'm still learning women at age 49. And I have to realize one thing that I've come to understand, but it's still tough for me to adjust to, is that women will say some shit out their mouth just to hurt you. And it will be on the level of disrespect, but they really don't mean it. And it's tough for me to realize that because I try not to say things that I don't mean, even when I'm upset. And when I know women say things that they don't mean, when women say things that they don't mean, but it's still disrespectful, I don't know if I could swallow that pill. I haven't been able to. And he's asking men to say, listen, doesn't matter what your woman does, doesn't matter if she's angry, scared, sad, uncomfortable, frustrated, no matter how she acts. And it doesn't matter what she says, your woman still wants you to be there when she's done. All right. All right, counselor, I'll work on it. Your woman wants you to be able to be who she is and know she doesn't have to be responsible in those challenging times for the way her behavior may affect you. If she has that freedom and you don't run away, get defensive, try to fix her, which is me, because I be trying to fix people, right? or be her problem, or make it about you and argue, you will be much more the man she needs. You'll also probably get laid more frequently and you'll be much happier in your marriage. But what about your woman being the woman that you need? Especially considering I'm the prize. If I'm the one protecting, providing, problem solving, and making shit happen for the family, I got to make sure that she's happy. I got to be the man that she needs so she could disrespect me, talk shit, and then she ain't protecting, providing. All she doing is all I got to look forward to is getting laid more frequently. I'm having a tough time with that part of this book. I'm of the mindset that women should learn how to speak to men. They need to learn how to communicate. And I shouldn't just let you do and say whatever the fuck you want to say. And then I just be like, well, I just know that's women. All while I'm out here working my ass off to make sure that you're living the life that you need to live to be comfortable so you can be respectful. It's kind of weird, but listen, I get it. Let's continue. We only got 11 pages today. What did Kim say? Do people really say things they don't mean on some kind of, yes, they call Kim. You know better than that. Yes, you know better than that. Exactly, Drea. You can never take back what you said. You can't. Once it's out there, it's out there. Expecting that she may not be her best around the time of her period, right? When she's on her menstrual cycle. And not letting her behavior cause you to get into an argument or force you to avoid her. She already feels bad enough, at least physically. Getting the message that she's being a bitch and somehow responsible for pushing you away is the last thing she needs. Do your job during this tough time for her and she'll show her appreciation. So we should do that once a month is what he's suggesting. He's suggesting that men should suffer when women are on their menstrual cycle and they have mood changes. We should deal with that once a month forever or until menopause. That's being the rock, he says, okay? Being the rock doesn't necessarily mean being stoic, expressionless, or silent, because that's the part I'm talking about. It means being present and available for your woman without taking what she's saying. Oh, hold on, personally, even if it's about you. I knew I was going to get to a part that this book was going to be tough for me. What up, Cartel? It means doing the work you need to do so that you can be strong for her, especially when she needs you to be. It means being a man when she's feeling or acting like a little girl. When she needs me to be, so she can do what, though? That's the thing. You need me to be strong so you can lead? You're not leading. You need me to be strong so you can protect me? You need me to be strong so you can provide for me? You need me to be strong for you to do what? It's almost like you need to be strong for me so I can lead this family, so I can protect this family, so I can provide for this family, and so I can figure out the problems that we have. When to be the rock. It's sometimes frustrating for men when their women are acting out. If a man receives an insult, sign language, right? Or some other hurtful comment from his woman, he finds himself in a bit of a double bind. If he says nothing, he risks compromising his nuts, right? Non-negotiable, unalterable terms. And being a whipping boy, she's going to just be talking shit. You don't say nothing. You just a beta. You just taking a tongue lashing from your woman who's just talking shit. And then you grow old of a woman that just talks shit all the time and you don't say nothing. Some people snap. They hold all that resentment inside. They ball it up like a knot and they snap. And sometimes they snap and somebody gets hurt. Right? If he says nothing, he risks compromising his nuts and being a whipping boy. But if he confronts her, he risks getting involved into an argument. What's a better man to do? So how do we not be quiet so you can just be beaten up on us verbally? And then how do we say something without getting into an argument? All right. Under normal circumstances, it's perfectly acceptable to refer to tool number 2 and to express without defending your feelings. But there are times when it's best not to express your feelings, to be the rock, and then allow her to bring it up to you later when she's ready. This dynamic is critical for a healthy marriage, and men can really use the support of other men. Number 8. I can't wait till we get to that because I believe in that one. To help sort out when it's a good time to speak up and when it's the right time to be the strong and silent type. Here's a warning, though. Being the rock doesn't mean stuffing it, being emotionally unavailable and acting like a robot. It means being able to listen to her without being distracted by the little boy screaming in your head. It means knowing that it's okay for her to feel and say whatever she wants. It means that knowing that it's okay for your woman to feel and say whatever the fuck she wants. Knowing that her feelings have little or nothing to do with you. I could dig that. When you're strong enough to not take her comments personally and to be a great listener, you'll be showing her how much you care and how safe she can feel when you're around. It can be tough at first, yes, but you'll quickly see the rewards. All right. I hear you, brother. Let me just hit that. I could use that instead. For instance, let's say she's having a rough day. Let's say your woman is having a rough day, guys. She's worn out, and in her frustration, she says something mean to you. Some women know right away when they're acting inappropriately. That's the kind of woman I want. Sidebar. He says some women know right away when they're acting inappropriately. Where are those women? Where are those women? Where's the women that know right away that they're acting inappropriately? Because I haven't met them lately. The ones that I meet seem to get it 3 days later. They don't get it that day. They really think that they're right. They really think their behavior is acceptable. They really think that what they're talking about is accurate. They really think that it's okay to be doing and saying the shit that they say until 72 hours goes by. And then suddenly they get it. And then they do the shit over and over again. You would think, Hey, don't you remember the last 10 times, 20 times, if you're married, that you apologize 3 days later? Why don't you just do it now? Oh, because today is the day that you're going to be different. You've been doing the same shit 15 times in a row. But today is the day that you are right, that you are acting appropriately. Today. You're not going to apologize to yourself 3 days later. You're not going to apologize to me 3 days later. You're not going to be like, oh my God, I can't believe I did that. Or I'm sorry 3 days later. Today is the day you think you could do this bullshit and get away with it. Okay. That's just me. What up, Akeem? Good to have you here, bro. Let's continue. Let me take it from the top. For instance, let's say she's having a rough day. She's worn out, and in her frustration, she says something mean to you. Some women know right away they're acting inappropriately, and depending on their upbringing, depending on their upbringing, fellas, depending on if she was raised to be a wife, raised to cooperate, raised to be friendly, fit, feminine, and the one in the dead center, friendly, faithful, and fun. Friendly. Was she raised to be a wife? Depending on her upbringing, they're already beating themselves up for being a bitch. If you reprimand her at that moment, it's like pouring salt on her wound, and she's likely to strike back. This is a tough spot for men. Essentially, she's not allowing you the satisfaction of telling her she's wrong. Okay, she's already taken care of that herself. It can be enormously frustrating. It's a real test. Okay, so here's the deal. He's saying that some women know that they're wrong immediately after they're doing some shit or saying some shit they ain't got no business saying. And she's beating herself up about it. But she won't apologize to you. She will not be accountable to you. See, now I just told you that most of the women that I deal with in my past fuck up and then don't say nothing for 2 days or don't realize it, quote unquote, for 2 days. But what the man is saying here in this book is that women fuck up. They know it. They just not going to tell you. They're beating themselves up about it. They don't beat themselves up too much because they keep doing this shit, right? You got to suffer for the next 2 days because she knows she was wrong right away, but she ain't going to tell you about it because, you know, you can't be right. The need to be right. Remember I told you guys about sign language. That came from BGS. Shame, insults, guilt, and the need to be right. Need to be right is the worst. Avoid people who need to be right. Fucking avoid them like the plague. It's contagious and it'll jump on you. Do not fuck with people who need to be right. You got to know your woman, fellas. You got to know your woman. Kim, what you writing over there? I know Kim is lighting up the chat today. Love you, Kim. You got to know your woman. Women, many of whom were raised by authoritarian fathers or in some sort of dysfunctional or abusive household, have a history of being made wrong.
Stop the cap.
I don't believe that. They've heard it so often they really don't need you or anyone else to tell them. In fact, I think that's boys. I don't believe that. That paragraph I don't believe. I do not believe young girls were raised and told how wrong they were when they were wrong. No.
Stop the cap.
I do not believe that. Women, many of whom were raised by authoritarian fathers or in some sort of dysfunctional or abused household, have a history of being made wrong. They've heard it. So no, I think boys have been told that. Young girls, right, wrong, indifferent, good, bad, or ugly. They were princesses. They were coddled. They were told, "Oh, it's okay, baby girl." That's what I think. If you're married or you're with one of these women, it's important to know how much she needs you to be the rock for her. It's your job, fellas, not to react in that moment, to be the rock, to be patient. Chances are that after the tension subsides, she'll let you know either by an apology, a look, or some other subtle cue that she appreciates you, not by making a big deal of her behavior. Some proud women may be extremely subtle with their cues, so pay attention. Yeah, they don't just say nothing. Extremely subtle is being silent and not taking accountability. Even if she is, and even if she doesn't show her appreciation, or you missed the signal, you know that you did the right thing by being the rock. This type of interaction will be a challenge for some men, especially those accustomed to argumentative relationships. But once you see it in action, you'll see how powerful being the rock can be and how much more secure she will feel being with you, especially when she's not at her best. Being the rock also gives you an opportunity, fellas, to use some of the other tools like silence the little boy and listen, don't argue. Let me go back and give you a tool in use. So the example he says, my wife and I were not only on different pages, we were on different planets when it came to the issue of deciding where our son would or should attend college. Every discussion seemed to end in an argument. My wife had what I considered an unreasonable and wasteful expensive expectation of how we should proceed. In her mind, she envisioned a certain experience with ivy-draped buildings, quads, and freshman year in the dorms. I felt it would be smarter to start out slower, maybe at a junior college. Then he could transfer and graduate to a more prestigious school than he would be accepted to now. That's what I agree with him. All right. Especially if he's had to pay for everything, right? The wife wants to do all this extra shit. She probably ain't putting him no money. Then to my wife, junior college sounded like a failure. Women. And to me, that failure sounded like my failure. If we had more money, if I had been better provider, it pushed my buttons. With the help of the men, I began to see what was going on and how I could take a principled stand and deal with this from a place of strength. Once I worked through my insecurities about my money, success, and failure, and the other buttons I was allowing her to push, in other words, the men helped me through my stuff so I can be the rock. It was only then that I could talk rather than argue. My wife and son and work together to come up with a good solution. But he doesn't tell us what the solution was. What he doesn't tell us is what happened. Did the son go to junior college and transfer to a even more prestigious college? Or did he go to a so-so prestigious college as a freshman? See, he talked about it, but he didn't tell us the outcome. That's what I want to know, how this worked. You went and talked to the men. The men told you what to do and be the rock and all that shit. What was the outcome is what I want to know. Because I'm going to be honest with you. And you're talking to somebody who went to college as a 16. No, I turned 17 that year. I graduated high school at 16. Sidebar, everybody, sidebar. I graduated high school in 1989. I was 16 years old. Yeah. I went to college. I turned 17 that summer in June. And I was in college in the dorms at 17. Dorms in 1989. That was a silly move. I know it looked decent. It looked cool to be a freshman in college, fresh out of school and all that kind of shit. It was a waste of a lot of money. I should have went straight to junior college, did 2 years of junior college and transferred to USC, UCLA, or Cal State or something like that. That's what I should have did. But I went straight to college, fresh out. That was a bad move. I wouldn't suggest anybody do that if they had, and I don't care about, it's not about the money. My parents had the bread. It wasn't about, I squandered my time as a freshman over there. Grades wasn't all that good. I should have went to a junior college where it didn't cost nothing. Back then, a unit was $5. It was $5 a unit. So a unit, it was like $100 a semester. When I was in school in 1989, to go to junior college was like $100 a semester. If you paid $500 to go to school when I was in college in 1989, you was overpaying. And I could have did 2 years, and that's what I would suggest anybody to do 2 years. Now I know that other people have different opinions, right? My 2 sons, Law and Maverick, their college, the money's it's already paid for. It's already paid for. I want them to go to UCLA. That's what I want them to do. I didn't go to UCLA. I went to Cal Poly Pomona. I went to Cal State Long Beach. I went to LAVC. I went to Pierce. Right? I want my sons to go to UCLA. I got the money. Money's in the bank. Paid for. Freshmen till they graduate. I'd still rather them not go straight as a freshman. What up, A-Boogie? I would still rather them not go straight as a freshman. And I don't suggest many people go straight as, you can walk across. I would suggest a lot of people, what's happening, man? It's open. Everything is on the table. It's all on the table. It's, sorry about that, you guys. This is one of my employees. He's pulling up to work. But that's what I suggest. I suggest that people go to junior college, get the college experience there, and then transfer to a better college. He didn't explain what the outcome was, but that's just what I suggest. That's what I suggest. This type of interaction will be a challenge for some men, especially those accustomed to argumentative relationships, and that's me. But once you see it in action, you'll see how powerful the rock can be and how much more secure your woman will feel being with you, especially when she's not at her best. Being the rock also gives you an opportunity to use some of the other tools like silence the little boy, listen and don't argue. Here's a tip. For all of us, men and women, we bring our childhood trauma, wound, and other issues with us into our relationships. Being the rock and not acting like her dad or some other abusive adult from her past is like giving her a gift. Being the rock will be a test. It'll certainly be one for me. Let me put that out there right now. It'll be a test for your boy Shannon. Being the rock is also about holding on to your nuts, as we've discussed earlier. The challenges you'll face when establishing your nuts within an existing relationship will depend largely on your woman. If she's been waiting for you to become the man that she knows is inside, you'll receive less resistance than from the woman who is full of resentment and who is not trusting of your efforts to change. I wholeheartedly agree with that. Here's a tip, you guys. Have you conditioned your woman to expect what fellas, have you conditioned your woman to expect that if she pushes, pleads, complains, whines, screams, manipulates, tempts you with sex, right? Or withholds sex, uses sex as a weapon long enough, you'll compromise your nuts and she'll get what she wants? It's time to send a new message and earn her respect. It's time to retrain her by being the rock and being consistent. It's hard to say how long it will take or if she'll ultimately learn to trust and respect you, but being the rock will hold and holding on to your nuts will help you be the best man, husband, and father you can be. Now, a little bit more pushback. I seem like I'm getting a lot of pushback today, particularly for this chapter. Here's the thing. If we were to do what he says, like, so you got a woman and your woman is pleading with you and she complains all the time and she's whining. Your woman is screaming and shit. She's manipulating you, fucking with stuff, moving money around, moving things, just doing shit, fucking up the cars, just doing stuff, right? To bother, to just throw a monkey wrench in the operation. She's holding some pussy in front of you like a carrot in front of a horse. Or she's not giving you no pussy. She's using it as a weapon. Most men today will compromise and say, all right, I give in because fuck, I don't want to hear all that screaming. I don't want to hear your fucking mouth. I do need you to suck my dick. I need some sex, whatever. Guys that give in. But here's the thing. For the guys that don't give in, for the guys that hold on to their nuts, what's happening? Are women coming around or are they just running to the divorce court? Are women just breaking up? When you ask motherfuckers who left who, women by and large, married or otherwise, it's like, I left him. I got rid of him. Now, of course, they're regretting this later, right? 65% of divorcees, with female divorcees, regret divorcing the man because they didn't find nothing better. They chased after something better they thought was better, and it didn't work out. The women that ran to the divorce court, left their men, wrecked their families, right? Regret it later. There's a lot of women who dumped their boyfriends. And while they'll tell these elaborate fucking embellished stories on how he wasn't shit, and convince everybody around them that they made the best decision, deep down inside, she knows she fucked up. He know she fucked up. Only those two really know the truth. But women will tell the story that if you listen to her version of the story, he's a demon and shit. And he was the worst thing to ever happen, and she was the best thing to ever happen, and it was all his fault. I get that. I understand that that's the story that a lot of women will say. However, if a man was to hold on to his nuts, as the book is suggesting, are women just throwing away great men? Are they throwing away marriages because they think that they're going to find something better on the other side? Just a question. I'm not making a statement. I'm just asking a question. Remembering to be the... Oh, no. No, remembering to be the rock will allow you to not react to the tests you will undoubtedly receive from her when you begin to make changes in your behavior. These tests, I don't like tests. Anyways, I'm having trouble with testing, like a woman testing me. I'm having trouble with a woman. I was just recently tested by a woman, and then I had to cut that off. Just don't test me. You know, did you guys see the post? The post that I put on my Instagram about it was a reel with the woman with the ultimatum. She gave her man an ultimatum, 3 months. Told him if he don't do nothing in 3 months, then she's moving to Vegas. She didn't know nobody in Vegas and had no family in Vegas, but she just came up with that shit out of the thin air. And he was like, all right, if you got to move, then move. Fuck you talking about giving me an ultimatum. I'm with him. Gonna test me. And so they moved all the way to the last day. All the way to the last day of the 3 months. And she's packing her stuff. And he came and he started helping her pack boxes. And she was like, you really gonna let me leave? And he was like, have a safe trip. God damn it. The fuck you talking about? You tested. Are we frozen? Seemed like I froze up for a second. Test 1, 2. Let me know in the chat, did I freeze or was it smooth? It looks like on my screen, on my end, it froze. I wasn't sure. But like he says, remembering to be the rock will allow you to not react to these tests you will undoubtedly receive from her when you begin to make changes in your behavior. Because I don't do too well at testing, you guys. Not from my woman. These tests are to be expected, and her way of checking to see how committed you are to holding on to your nuts. Okay, cool. Thank you, guys. I froze over here like I was, but the levels was moving. Anyways, let's continue. She'll be checking. Your woman, guys, will be checking. Drea and Lakeisha will be checking their men to see in any number of creative or infuriating ways if this better man is here to stay or is just passing a fancy. What up, Mr. Awesome? What might these tests look like? She might ask you to take care of a household chore you used to complain about and never do. She may surprise you with an unexpected unloading to see if you're really the consistent listener that she needs. She may start what in the past would have been an argument to see if you still have that insatiable need to be right. She may do a lot of things, fellas. She may test you in a lot of ways, intentionally or unconsciously. If you apply the tools, you'll pass these tests. These challenges that will show her she can truly count on her man. Now, passing the test won't always mean she's happy with you. It's important for you to pass these tests as the man you want to be. Passing these tests means applying the tools and never compromising your nuts. And as we've discussed, having terms won't always make her happy, at least not in the moment. Remember, fellas, she'll feel more secure in your relationship when she comes to trust that you will be the man that you can be and that you will be the man consistently. So expect the tests and pass them as the man you want to be. All right. There's nothing I can do about that. That's women nature with these tests, fellas. So that's how you handle it. Let me give you a warning, though. Being the rock does not mean tolerating physical abuse. We don't do that over here. No way, goddammit. You don't keep your hands to yourself. If that's what's going on, ask for help. You can call the police, fellas. You can find resources on the web or ask men you trust for guidance. Domestic violence is intolerable no matter who the aggressor is. Be the best man you can be. Stop the victim or perpetrator and get help. Let me tell you guys something. I want to be clear. Here's a sidebar. Men, keep your hands to yourself. Don't you fucking touch a woman first. Men, keep your hands to your, don't bump into her. Don't brush up against her. Don't grab her. Don't shake her. Don't strike her. Keep your grubby motherfucking hands to yourself, fellas. First. Ladies, keep your goddamn hands to yourself. Do not touch his chest and try to emphasize something. Do not grab his bicep and try to get your word across. Keep your hands, ladies, to yourself first. Keep your hand. Don't brush up again. Don't block the doorway when he's trying to leave and he grabs his keys. Don't grab his fucking phone. Don't jump on his back. Don't touch him. Keep your hands to yourself, ladies, first. Now, what's the operative word here, ladies and gentlemen? What keeps everybody safe? What keeps everybody safe? First. Keep your hands to yourself first, and nobody touches nobody. Ladies and gentlemen, there's no need to call nobody. The police don't have to get involved. You don't have to call no brothers and sisters. You don't have to do nothing if everybody keeps their hands to their fucking self. All right, just want to put that out there. Wanted to be clear about my position on keeping your hands to yourself first. Now, I don't need to go into who keeps their hands to themselves second. Because I believe in right and wrong. You know how everybody say, oh, nobody's right. No, fuck that. There's always a right and wrong. There's a sequence of things. You know, a lot of people like to give stories and they start in the middle of the book. No, nigga, take it to the beginning. What happened at the beginning? Let's take it from the top. Start at the cover. Read the cover of the fucking book the story that you're getting ready to tell me about what happened. Read the cover. Give me the acknowledgments. Tell me the chapters and then start reading from chapter 1. Don't tell me your story in the middle where you trying to get, because that's what media does, you guys. You know, and a lot of black people particularly, because we react to so emotionally to a lot of shit that happens in the world. We read headlines and don't get into the article. And then if and when we do get into the article, we're reading biased. We have a biased mindset. And then if we are unbiased, we don't want to read everything in the article. We don't go any deeper than the words. Most of us don't get past the goddamn title. You read the headline of an article and you call it a day. You know, just kind of like that Jada Pinkett and Will Smith thing. Jada says this. Jada never said a goddamn word. It was somebody that was close to Jada that gave their opinion on what they thought Jada thought about Will Smith. But Jada didn't say the word, but everybody ran with the headlines. Niggas run with headlines so bad in the black community, it's irritating to me. But let me tell you something. If you're going to tell a story, tell it from the very beginning. Don't tell me your version and don't start in the middle. And what's important is you keep your hands to yourself first, right? All right, let's continue. Let me give you a quick tool in use. I actually came from mentoring to figure out how to get out of my marriage. We had been married for 10 years. We have one child together and 2 from previous marriages. Although I wanted things to work out, it had been so unbearable for so long, I was ready to quit. All I had were complaints. Hold on one second. Let me see something. Okay, cool. All I had were complaints about my wife. In my sessions, it was all about blaming her until I finally understood what it meant to be the rock and decided to come to try it out at home. I have to go to social events for work quite frequently. Because of our history, my wife tends to get suspicious or jealous when I go to these events. Well, on this particular occasion, I had to go and she didn't want to come with me. I asked her to, but instead she claimed to be sick and wanted me to stay with her. I committed to going and I really felt like she was trying to manipulate me. You know, she wasn't sick, but she acted like she was sick. My problem is that when she is unhappy and I was certain a tirade was about to be unleashed, I freak out and want to argue with her, convince her, or whatever it takes to make it stop. This time I didn't get upset. I just told her I was sorry she felt bad and that I'll see her when I get back home. Ha ha ha, I like that shit. Hoo-ah! My concern was that I would get an earful when I got home, but when I got home, she was asleep. The next morning, it was like nothing had ever happened. I was confused until I realized that I had passed the test. I had been the rock, and as a result, it was not a problem. Now, I just have to keep being the rock. Here's a tip. If you give her the power to make you miserable, she'll resent you for it. Don't give away your power. I believe that. Fellas, this is why, so we talk about alpha women and alpha men. We talk about leadership in relationships. We talk about being submissive. Those are big terms right now, right? It's big talking points. And you guys already hear my position, right? I tell women all the time, I had this discussion last week with some alpha women that came up on my show, Ask a Black Man. I say alpha men and alpha women don't typically work well together. They butt heads and then they eventually divorce. Oftentimes, it didn't start out that way. The woman became more alpha over time because she started talking to other motherfuckers and people got in her ear. 20 years later, they're divorced, right? If you start off with an alpha woman and you're a beta guy, she's gonna resent you. Or you get the perfect relationship. Who's at my front door? You get the perfect relationship where the man is leading the relationship and the woman is following. That's perfect. But if you have a woman where you gave her the power that you're supposed to have, fellas, she's gonna be miserable inside. She may act like she likes that. She may act like, oh, you know what? I think that's my associate. Hold on, I gotta open my front door. Can I do it for me? Hold on, y'all. Let me see. Yeah, my assistant is at my house. I gotta open my house up. Let's see. Disarm the alarm, and then unlock the front door. All right, she'll figure it out from there. All right. But if you give your woman the power, fellas, if you give your woman your power, she'll resent you for it. Don't give it away. And that's what I was saying. When you have a woman. Hold on, y'all. Back. Snooze my alarm in my dining room. When you give your woman that power that you're supposed to have, She'll resent you for it. So when you have an alpha woman and a beta man, she's going to cheat. Guaranteed. It's not going to last. Guaranteed. She's going to look. Women, it's baked in the cake. It's part of them. She's going to look for leadership. All women do. This is a species thing. This is a species thing. The human species does this. And so when a woman is normalized to be a boss and she finds a man that's been cucked, she's going to resent him, and it's not going to last long. She's not going to respect him too long. And those relationships are usually short-lived. Problem is, so many women have been conditioned to be that way today that they're turning into single women for the rest of their lives. That's the term. That's where the term spinster comes in. And that's why we're trying to convince women to just be the soft, beautiful, submissive, loving, supportive women that you're designed to be. Sorry. All right, let's continue. Here's a word about verbal abuse. Some men complain about their wives being verbally abusive. You know, not physically abusive, not hitting on her, but just talking shit all the goddamn time. Certainly, if that's the case, you need to find a way to walk away from the situation until she's had a chance to calm down. On the other hand, you may have some work to do before you can accurately assess whether it's truly verbal abuse. In my work with men and their wives, I've witnessed many interactions that appeared completely benign to me, only to hear men characterize their women as verbally abusive. These moments gave the men an opportunity to see that what they were experiencing may have had less to do with their present relationships and more to do with their past wounds. Fellas, if you're experiencing this sort of dynamic in your relationship, take it to your men's group. A mentor or counselor, find out whether it's actually verbal abuse or some sort of unresolved issue from your past, bro. Here are some better men actions to help you be the rock. Some of these suggestions will prepare you to be the rock that you need to be in your relationship, while others are suggestions for when you are in the line of fire from your woman. Like other tools, take it slow and don't quit. Here's a tip. When it comes to caring for your woman, being the rock requires that you improve your skills with number 1, silencing the little boy, and number 6 and 7, don't argue and listen. When you do, it's much easier to be the rock because you've removed you from the equation. When you're no longer contributing to the problem, you're now part of the solution and you can be there for her completely. I like that. It's tough for me, but I like it because what he's suggesting in this tip is saying, if you don't take it personal. Okay, so this is something I'm gonna have to learn how to do. What up, Sir Hale? My man Sir Hale's in the house. Hoo-ah! So this is something that I'm gonna have to learn how to do. You attack me personally. You talk about me. You say, Shan, your gray beard, or what about your bald head or some shit. You just attack me personally, right? How do I not take a personal attack personal? Does anybody have any idea how to do that? I don't know how to do that. Actually, I do know how to do that. I just haven't done it. But what are your suggestions? Put it in the chat. How do you not take something personal when it's personal? How do you not take a personal attack personally? They dissing you. They talking shit about you. They talking shit about your job. They talking shit about your family. They talking shit about the things that you have or the things that you can't do or whatever. How do you not take that personally? Interesting. Let's continue, guys. Here's some actions, ladies and gentlemen. We only got 4 pages and we're done. Where I like what Mr. Awesome said. I disassociate. We use our feet. We just walk the fuck away. We done with that. We don't have to tolerate that shit no more. Shout out to Edward Anderson. Shout out to Edward Anderson. Okay, just say no to fight or flight. Although in the heat of the moment, it may feel as if your only options are to fight or flight. Arguing or running, neither one helps you be the best man you can be. Instead, Choose neither and see how it feels to simply be with her. What comes up for you in these moments will be great material for you to share with the men of your council. Taking a look at these feelings of yours will give you insight into your issues and help you to more effortlessly be the rock for your woman in the future. Find a phone booth, fellas. The bullets are flying. Your woman is firing at you, bruh. She's talking shit. She's pissing you off. She's fucking with shit. She's manipulating. She ain't giving you no pussy. The bullets are flying, figuratively speaking. What she's saying is making you feel angry, you're frustrated, you're hurt, or you're shamed. What do you do, fellas? What do you do, men? You do what Clark Kent would do. You shed those mild-mannered reporter clothes and reveal that colorful Superman outfit that lies beneath. Bullets bounce right off of Superman. I teach people how to I teach people how to identify and avoid sign language, right? That's part of my BBM and my BBW. Be a Better Man, Be a Better Woman series. I teach you how to dodge sign language, and that's what he's talking about here. Now, I haven't been good at it, especially when it's personal attacks. The insults, that one pisses me off. But I do know how to do it. I'm just bad at doing it myself. I never said I got the solutions. I never said that I practice them, you guys, by the way. Superman doesn't have to fight back. It doesn't matter what Lois is ragging on him about. He's so powerful, Lois stops after a while and remembers how in love she is with her strong, indestructible. Okay, except for the kryptonite. Man, her hero. Life may not always feel like a comic book, but try being more powerful than a locomotive, fellas. She'll respond, perhaps not faster than the speeding bullet, but give her some time. She needs to come to trust that you are a superhero that she can count on. See the hurt little girl in your woman. Chicago Rilla's in the house, y'all. Hoo-ah! My man Chicago Rilla's in the house. What up? Fellas, you need to see the hurt little girl that's in your woman. You know, we talk about silence the little boy, but you know your woman got a little girl in her too. You need to see that little girl. Just as you have a little boy to silence, your woman has a little girl. When she's having a hard time, even if she's taking it out on you, or it feels as if she is, try to see that hurt little girl behind the venom, her insults, her volume, her words, or her tone. It will be easier for you to be the rock when you can see that needy little girl in your woman. It's the same way you would want to respond to your little daughter or your son if they were hurting or said or did something inappropriate or hurtful to get attention. Seeing that hurt little girl will help you to remove yourself from the equation and allow you to be there for her, to be the rock. And remember, do not tell her to silence her little girl. That's not your job, guys. It won't help one bit. Do not tell your woman to silence her little girl. Stop being a little baby. No. Just silently know it's happening for her. Imagine Big Rock in Malibu. Just a few hundred feet off the coast in Malibu, California, stands a large rock. I've been there. Have you guys ever been to Big Rock up in Malibu along the coast off of PCH, Pacific Coast Highway? Just a few hundred feet off the coast in Malibu, California, stands a large rock, the top of which rests above the surf. It has seen low tides and high tides. It has been hammered by storms and run into by water enthusiasts of all kind and crapped on by countless birds. The rock is still there and relatively no worse for wear. It has essentially been unaffected by its surroundings. Spend a few minutes, guys, preferably in a quiet spot, and think about that rock. Or You know of a solid rock near your house, not the one in Malibu, but maybe one near you. Think about how the waves keep crashing into that rock over and over and over. Now let the waves wash over you. Be that rock, fellas. Be that man. How would William Wallace respond? You guys know who William Wallace is? Freedom! Freedom! Braveheart, baby. Oh, we might need to watch that movie. Chicago. We might need to pull up. Lakeisha, we might have to watch Braveheart. Lakeisha, do me a favor. Message me Braveheart so I can add that to the queue for our Monday night movies, which we skipped last night. We pushed it to next week. We skipped it last night. We pushed it. Oh, I got to let my sister know that. She'll fuck around and set it up for today. Skip movie night. Where we go. Let me get to messages. Skip movie night. I pushed it. All right, cool. How would William Wallace respond? Watch Braveheart. Do you think William Wallace would get all bent out of shape when listening to your wife, hearing her needs or her complaints or the details of her tiring day? Of course not. But that's not to make you wrong. Maybe it can offer an example of the strong man that rock you can be. William Wallace was able to weather attacks, fear, bloodshed, and intense emotional and physical pain without ever forgetting who he was and what he stood for. He certainly had a firm grasp of his nuts. Be William Wallace for a day, guys. Fake it till you make it. Uh-oh, what does he have to say about this? Let's see. This is a tried and true approach for any important life change. You may find yourself on certain... hold on one second. I got to take this call. Hold on. Hello? Oh, that's my son's elementary school. When they call, everything stops when it comes to my children. But they were calling to let me know that he was late to school today. It's all good. Mom may have ran into some traffic. All right. Fake it till you make it. This is a tried and true approach for any important life change. You may find yourself on uncertain ground as you try to implement these tools into your life and into your relationships. If the vision of the man you want to be is to be that rock, that confident, strong, and centered man, then act like him, even if it feels unnatural, unfamiliar, or even wrong. Paying attention will teach you about what works and what doesn't. With that insight, it will be easier and more natural for you to be the rock the next time. Eventually, you'll find that you're no longer faking it. You are actually that rock. So if you're not that rock now, act like you are. Fake it till you make it. You'll eventually be that rock. Concern yourself, and it's really kind of moving like you want to become. So, sidebar real quick. We talk about show me your friends, I'll show you your future. Here's a question for you guys. For everybody in here that's reading this show, that's watching this show, Rich People Read, right? Do you guys all want to be rich one day? Rich means you got a lot of money. Wealthy means your money's making money for you, right? So everybody wants to be rich. Okay. Are all your friends broke? If all your friends are broke, your cousin, your buddy, your roommate, everybody that you hang around is broke. The people you talk to, the people, your coworkers, the people you go to brunch with on the weekend, they're broke. If the people that you date is broke, if the people that you watch Netflix TV shows with is broke, you can forget about being rich. Forget about it. It's not happening. You're not gonna have the money that you want. It's not gonna happen for you. Sorry. Trust me when I tell you that. Now, here's what's important. Say, for instance, you were to be accepted into the circle of some people who's getting it like you want to get it. You don't got it yet. And they know you don't got it, but they get it like you want to get it. I used to tell people all the time, if you hang around 9 millionaires, it won't be long before you're number 10, right? When you hang around these people, when you get into their circles, when you have conversations with them, when you speak intellectually and get into deep diving discussions, when you have money talks, act like you know what the fuck you talking about, even if you don't. You'll eventually learn it. You'll eventually learn it, ladies and gentlemen. Fake it till you make it. No, it doesn't mean go out and buy cars you can't afford. It doesn't mean go get a fake Louis Vuitton purse. It means walk like you got it. Talk like you got it until you actually get it. No, I don't want you to go get a Gucci belt. No, I don't want you to wear fucking fake Louis Vuitton, fake fucking Prada masks. No, don't go paint those cheap ass shoes you bought at Aldo red on the bottom so you can look like you got some Christian Louboutins. No, don't do that. That's not what I'm suggesting. I'm saying that once you get around the circles of people that's getting it like you get it, move like they move. You may not be able to afford the dinners. You may not be able to take the trips, but eventually you will once you start moving like them. All right. It's a little bit of BBM and BBW over here at Rich People Read. Concern yourself with what your woman needs. Instead of, and this is problem solving, fellas. This is what problem solving means. Instead of paying attention to what you're feeling for a moment, pay attention to what she's saying, how she looks, and what she's asking for, or how upset, sad, anxious, or angry she is. Try not to do anything except be a strong man who knows that it's okay for her to be just as she is, and that you don't need anything from her at that moment. Just listen, care about her, and be available to hold her when it's all over. You don't always need an answer right now, guys. Being the rock means that you can be okay with the situation and be a source of strength and comfort, even when you don't have an immediate solution. We don't always have the information necessary to fix a particular problem because we are problem solvers, right? That's my third P for men. We are problem solvers. But you may not to revive someone's pain or anxiety. Being the rock means learning to be comfortable with uncertainty and having the faith to know that a solution will come as long as you stay out of the problem. A solution will come as long as you're not part of the fucking problem. Providing that strength will make her feel more at ease, even if you have nothing to say or to offer at that moment. Just be the rock and trust yourself. The solutions will come. In the meantime, you're being the strong, unflappable man that she needs. Fellas, don't cave in to threats. More than one man out there has been repeatedly threatened with divorce or tested by her with some other equally insidious threat. I'm leaving in 3 months if you don't marry me. I'm moving to Vegas, and she don't even know nobody in Vegas. While bringing this newly developed nuts to his relationship, it's particularly difficult to stand by your commitments, your non-negotiables, right? When she's threatening to divorce you, or worse, dragging the children into the battle. The best thing you can do for yourself and to be a positive example for your kids is to be the rock and not cave in. As long as you're clear about your intentions and your actions, being the rock, though potentially very painful, fellas, is your best option. Don't fucking give in, gentlemen. Men, do not give in. Ladies, expect to have a man not give in to you. Ladies, I don't want you to want a man that gives in. Don't desire a man that gives in. If you've been in a contentious marriage and she's hurt, resentful, or felt betrayed, She may test you to the breaking point. It's up to you to not break. She needs to see that you're committed to being this new man, this rock in the relationship. If this is your experience, go to tool number 8, developing relationships with men. I can't wait to get to number 8 as soon as possible and get the support you need. Fellas, if you're silent, make sure it's not punitive. There will be times when being the rock means saying nothing. Let me just check. It's the last one, guys. It's the last one. There will be times when being the rock means saying nothing. Sometimes an important message can be delivered without words. You don't got to say shit. Pick and choose your battles, right? There will be times when you're not sure what to say, but your feelings are clear. In these moments, fellas, you must be sure that your silence isn't a form of punishment. Be certain you've silenced the little boy and you're not pouting or giving your woman the silent treatment to hurt her. That's not what you're trying to do. Oh, you had to pick up some vinyl? Okay, cool. You put it on your card? All right, I got you. I'll send it to you. But once the message has been sent, it's important for you to let it go. At the next opportunity, engage in conversation and carry on with your life. She'll begin to see this new man of hers means what he says and is capable of letting go. Not carrying a list, not holding a grudge, and not arguing. Now that, my friends, is a rock. Guys, let's do a recap of this chapter and we're wrapped up. How did it look today? This is a different look, my whole environment. I know I'm brighter than I want to be, but my blacks are black, my whites are white. I kind of like that contrast. How do you guys think it looked? How do you like this look? That's number one. And how does the audio sound? Because I have a Shure SM7B. I don't want to use it here. I keep that in my recording. I have a recording. Remember, I'm a film producer, so I have a recording studio. So I have a Shure SM7B. I don't want to pick up another one if I don't have to, because these mics are amazing for podcasting. Also, I have another Shure MV7. I have another Shure MV7, but I'll need to add a cloud lifter to add it to my Rodecaster and bring up the volume because it's low on the XLR side, and I don't want to use the USB version of it into the computer because I want to run my mixer for people to call in. So tell me, you guys, in the chat, how did it look today and how did it sound today? How did it look and how did it sound? All right, let's do a recap of the chapter we just read. Let's recap the rock. Be the rock. 1, she needs to know you'll always be there for her no matter how she behaves. 2, don't run away, argue, or get defensive, try to fix her problems or make it about you. Don't do any of those things, fellas. 3, being the rock doesn't necessarily mean being stoic, expressionless, or silent. It means being present and available. 4, be the man when she's feeling or acting like a little girl. 5, being the rock and by not acting like her father or some other abusive adult from her past is like giving her a gift. 6, being the rock and holding on to your nuts, fellas, will help you be the best man, husband, or father that you can be. 7, being the rock does not mean tolerating abuse of any kind. We don't do that, right? 8, pass the inevitable test. Pass the inevitable test and she'll learn to count on her man. 9, if you give her the power to make you miserable, she'll resent you for it. First of all, she'll use it. Let me be clear about something. Let me alter this just a little bit. If you give your woman the power to make you miserable, 1, she's going to make you miserable. She's going to use that power. And then 2, she'll resent you for it. Don't give away your power, fellas. 10, don't cave in to threats. Period. 11, if you're silent, make sure it's not punitive. Punitive means punishment. So if you're silent, make sure you're not silent because you're trying to punish her in some form or fashion. It's not punitive, right? 12, you don't always need an answer right now, guys. Learn to be comfortable with uncertainty and have faith the solution will come as long as you stay out of the problem. Don't be part of the problem. And 13, keep moving forward by using the Better Man action tools. Ladies and gentlemen, we are done with reading for today. We'll be back tomorrow, though, because I was supposed to read this yesterday, but I had to do some setup. We had to make some changes. The house is good. The house studio, podcast studio is good. It's kind of like a house again, but I'm able to do my morning workouts. You know, we work out every morning. We work out in the morning, so that's good to go. And I'm gonna be doing my Chicago Realist in the house. Everybody, throw your
Being
ones
number
up.
one isn't easy.
Can I do that with this mic here?
Being
Everybody,
number
throw
one
your ones
isn't
up.
easy.
Everybody, throw
Being
your
number
ones
one
up.
isn't easy.
Shout out to my man Chicago Realist. All he's saying is rich people read. Chicago, did you get my message? Were you here when I said we might have to watch Braveheart on Mondays, bro? I looked for you. I was like, yo, we might have to watch Braveheart on Mondays. That's a good movie. That's a message in that movie. Yo, and I know it's a lot of people that haven't seen Braveheart. We may have to pull Braveheart. Everybody, throw your ones up. Thank you, Chicago Realist, for that blessing. I'll see you tonight. You know I'm pulling up with King Talk tonight at the Lapeef Network. Thank you, Chicago, for that blessing, man. Thank you for investing in my channel. Continued investing. Chicago's always pouring into this channel. Always. Always. I don't think a month has gone by since I've been live that Chicago hadn't put something on it. Appreciate you, bro. Thank you, man. And you'll see, I don't know if Chicago's pulling up tonight, but we'll be at King Talk at the Lapeef Network. Make sure you guys go to YouTube, type in Lapeef, L-A-P-E-E-F. That's all you got to do. L-A-P-E-E-F. And you'll see the Lapeef Network pull up. Follow that channel, and you'll see me on King Talk tonight. It'll be about 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, about 9 o'clock on the East Coast. All right. Thank you guys. Thank you guys for pulling up. Oh, what did you guys say about this look? Did you guys respond? I asked you guys to let me know if you think how this new setup is. Let me see. Lakeisha says it looks good. Drea says it's all good. Kimberly says everything looks great. All right, cool. Peter Investors in the house. My man Peter Investors in the house. Be the rock. Both steadfast and secured. Exactly, bro. Exactly. What up, RCC? My bro is still here. My bro is still here. Chicago said he is not missing another Monday. That's right. Pull up, man. King Talk tonight. All right, you guys. So you like the look? Okay, cool. The colors are all right. Glass table reflections and shit. Let me see. If I end this before the show? Okay. And I can close this out. Move this to the back. Got a receipt. Got to reimburse my employee for shopping for the business. This is the new look. Not a new look. This is the original look, refined. This is the original look, refined. All right. I'm getting ready to do a couple check this outs. I got to play catch up, man. So we got to do a couple check this outs. So you guys make sure you are subscribed to the channel. Thank you for liking the video. I already know that you guys hit the like button. I got 19. Can somebody give me one more like just so we can round it off? I need 20 likes, 20 or more. I got 19 thumbs up. If you're watching the show, can you just throw your boy? And if you can't see it, if you're on your cell phone, just hit the X button. It'll minimize the chat. You can hit the thumbs up, and then you can hit live chat. It'll bring it back, and that'll take us to 20. Thank you so much for the thumbs up. I appreciate you guys. Thank you so much for reading along with us. Remember, reading is the best way to expand your mind and your bank account. It's the best way to expand your mind and your bank account. What Mr. Awesome say? Come on, Shan. You're not that bad. What am I am, whatever it is, I am that bad. But I forgot what I said. Whatever it is, I am that bad. Chaos Rain is in the house. Thank you, man. He said he liked the setup. Chaos likes the set. Everybody likes the setup. All right, cool. Appreciate it. First Gen Corporate. Hey, you know what? Real quick, you guys, let's give away some stuff. Did everybody type salute in the chat? Let's give away some stuff. Let's give away, you know, I got a whole stock room back there full of shit. Let's give away some stuff, you guys. All right. We're going to close the entries. Let's close the entries. Everybody throw your ones up to Peter Investor.
Being number one isn't easy.
He's blessed the channel with a $2.50 super chat. That is $2.50 that he didn't have to give anybody. He He didn't have to give that to anybody. He didn't have to do that. He could have kept that, man. He could have put that on lunch today, but he put it over here to make sure that we got our software covered. He put something on the internet bill. He helped pay the light bill. Thank you, Peter Investor. I appreciate you, brother. Thank you so much for your support, man. Thank you for that blessing. Appreciate you, man. Appreciate you. And with that said, let's go ahead and pick a winner. Here's the winner of today's giveaway. Kimberly Versilio. Is the L silent? Versilio. Kimberly Versilio is the winner of today's giveaway. Kimberly, you already know what to do. You already know what to do, Kim. Shout out to Kim for winning. We can complete that. We can come over here. Let me turn off this timer and close this window. Thank you guys. I appreciate you for subscribing. Shout out to all the soldiers who are members of the show. Now the content is going to start flowing. A soldier's story, the Be a Better Man, Be a Better Woman, and the Mission Possibles. They're going to start flowing. Thank you so much for your support. I appreciate you guys. I'll see you next time.
Yeah. Escucha. Mío en tu habitación, solo los 2 segundos que hay que detener. Porque si no siento tu voz o tu olor, te extraño y te quiero ver. Quiero ver. Tanto me falta. Todas esas noches tan soñadas. Que me levantes a mirada. Tú tienes pinta de indicada. Me haces falta, bebé. Dime qué tengo que hacer para tenerte de una vez, para no poderte perder.
Mr. Awesome, shout out to you. He said the setup is great. However, there's that white wall area behind the orange laptop. Okay, with the grout lines that look different. That's not grout lines. That's the that's the metal grid. That's the metal. It's for fashion. So we have fashion meetings in here, and we put our samples up on that. That's the metal grid. But I'll be putting stuff up there, so it's not gonna always be white. It'll be, I may have a piece of merchandise, or I may have an example of something I want to talk about, but I need that space. And a lot of times when I'm talking, I need this space so I can put up the words and explain to me. So, but I hear you. Thank you so much for that, man, and thank you for the $5 super chat. You know I'm pulling back up for you, bro. My man, Mr. Austin, bro. Thank you for the blessings and thank you for the investment, man. I got you. Yeah, that's what that is. It's an actual metal grid. So that's what it is. I can hang it on me. All right. Appreciate you, bro.
Tú y yo, queriendo más amor. A mí no es suficiente. Yo quiero tu calor. Tú y yo, con esa conexión. Somos lo que la gente no ha visto de los dos. Tanto me falta. Todas esas noches tan soñadas. Que me levantes a mirar. Tú tienes pinta de indicada. Tanto me falta. Todas esas noches tan soñadas. Que me levantes a mirada. Tú tienes pinta de indicada.